I do want to know about the night in the LA County Jail.
Okay. Well, what happened?
Is the memory flooding back? You were actually shackled, right?
I was shackled, yeah. What was it? I think it was drunk driving or something, something silly. I mean, I was kind of out of control in those days. And
was that a wake-up moment?
It was a wake-up moment, yeah. But then, in truth, I had a few of them. I mean, I could write a book about moments.
Listen, we've all had moments like this. Don't worry about it. I don't think you're alone.
Yeah.
You're not the first guy with Irish blood who's had a few drinks in his life. But what I like about it is it leads up to, you have this wake-up moment then, you go back, you have another one when you don't get through the law thing. And so the whole sort of, the plan for you, which was going to be, I think, pretty dull. You were going to lead, possibly, I think you said this, you were going to lead this life as a kind of, a small-town lawyer in Scotland. It's not that exciting.
What I realized was, up until that point, I had that energy in me, but I didn't know what to do with it. You know, it was the one thing that it was not made for was a career as a lawyer. You know, you imagine sitting in that office and feeling that pulsing through.
Do you ever wonder what may have happened if you'd passed your law degree, if you passed the exams, if you become a lawyer?
Yeah, I don't think I would have. I don't think I'd be alive today, to be honest. And I don't say that lightly. I mean, I was living my life in a very unhealthy way, and I needed to be told that it wasn't happening. I needed to be stopped, because otherwise I'd just have kept going, thinking I could get away with it. So no, I don't. You know, one, I would not have been fulfilling my purpose. I wouldn't have been. God knows where I would have ended up.
What was your mother's honest opinion when you fled to London, away from this career that she had mapped out, as you say, tough Catholic mum, and suddenly her boy is supposed to be this well-groomed lawyer, is racing off to be an actor in London. What did she think?
I think she just threw up her hands and thought, God, I've created a monster. Who knew?
But when the monster thrived and succeeded, and ever more succeeded, did her view change quite quickly? Did she realise it was what you were supposed to be doing?
Yeah, she did. And by the way, I'm not giving her fair credit. She wrote me the most beautiful letter, actually, when I went to London, and I didn't expect it, because my mother and I were very, very close, but very intense relationship, and she wouldn't let me go on anything. So I expected it to be way more heavy-handed with what had happened, but she wrote me this letter and said, you know what, I just want you to know that I support you whatever you do. As long as it makes you happy, I'll be there for you.
What does she make of what's happened to you?
And now she loves it. She loves it, It gives her a chance to do her little performing thing. It's like, oh, my boy, oh, my son. It's like, and she claims that she doesn't, but I know that, wherever she goes, it's like, oh, do you know Gerard Butler? Well, that's my son. So she'll find a way. She'll find a way to get into any conversation.